Okay, Judy, let's move down to the next garden and see what we have to see. Little bland, we're waiting for these roses to come out. But just a minute, are you ready? What's going on here? It's a little bit more. What's going on behind that wall? Just very tempting, all that colour. I think I can see foxgloves. Bright yellow and pink. That's very English, it's very tempting. Repton used to say how important it is to draw your eye to something beyond where you are right now. And this is a perfect example of an English garden. Drawing your eye from the walls on the street here, through the wall here, and then even beyond. There's something going on beyond. Even with a little bit of land, even if you're only looking at the other side of the back alley, you're really feeling this more and more being offered, and you want to get into that garden and see what it is. Well, welcome to the garden. Come on in. Just a beautiful English garden here. So much colour, so wonderfully put together. And I think firstly I have to say first is power. It's a wonderful impact on the eye. And these foxgloves are so beautiful and tall. Mind you, it's spring in Dallas. But there's something here that's going to be growing the whole time. I want to say at this point that this garden looks as though it's just all put higgledy-piggledy in the way it's presented. But there is really a basic form to it, and I think you have to be a little careful with an English garden that you do have some sort of form just to hold it together rather than a mishmash of plants. And we do have form in this garden. When you look at it, you've got the roses that are planted around the edges, a mixture of phlox and roses making up the back of this garden, and then yellow phlomis. Yellow is a great colour for a garden. Just a little bit of yellow brings out the colours in everything else. So we've got a pattern a basic pattern, and then the other plants are planted around it. And there is always going to be colour in this bed once again. And we've got plants that are going to be, this isn't just annuals, there's perennials in here, which is really important. I love the lilies right in the centre. They're going to bloom for a long time with a great deal of height all through the summer. And then we've got the snapdragons around the edge of these lilies, and daisies on the edge here. These daisies are going to be beautiful all through the summer and be blooming. That's always going to be a basic line of flowers here, and a basic look that is very formal. Quite interesting. I do think English people have made their gardens, and it is English character that comes through. But while most English would go in a circular motion, they would go from their castle around the world, either as soldiers or as tradesmen, and with an open eye they'd come back to England again. In the United States, we take our ideas and we explore and we take a step forward, and we're always searching for something new. We may not necessarily come home to our original castle, and in fact I think of Bouchard Garden, which was made, you can't go any further west than Victoria Island, and what a great thing to do with that beautiful, that old quarry, to turn it into a garden and to see what you could grow there. And that's what we're doing in Dallas, finding the plants that we can grow and make a beautiful garden. What else was I to say? I can't say enough how important it is to get these vistas and great plants growing. Oh, I can see a lovely plant over here. A lot of people have trouble in the shade. Just look down here at this leopard plant. It's a great plant for the shade, and it has a lot of colour and a lovely yellow bloom in the fall. We're always looking for good shade plants, and I think that's so dramatic, and plants I'm particularly interested in. I must say, we're a bit odd, we English. Where else in the world would you find prime-time television just being gardening programs? But that's what happens in England. On a Friday evening, everybody's stuck in front of the television watching, seeing what they can learn. And I think from that comes one thing that's very interesting. Very overcrowded Britain. You have a street of houses, they all share the same basic plot of garden. They probably all share their plants and their seeds and their cuttings, and they become friends because of it, just like we become friends of master gardeners. But sharing those plants, each garden looks dramatically different, and I think that's amazing. We all start from the same place, and we all have our own way to be creative and to have a fabulous English garden or Texas garden.